Hi guys, you may or may not have seen a video of me going around Facebook and the internet, and I got 7,000 views on that video, and I can't express how much that means to me. Now, in the original video, I was asking for letters from friends of mine and people that knew me, just asking for them to send in what I mean to them, and just to show the doctors, any doctors, that I'm a young man. I want to live. I have a lot of things I want to do in this world, and I'm not ready to give that up yet. And normally I don't like talking about my illness, and I try to avoid talking about it as much as I can, unless somebody asks, and I'm always open to talk about it. It's just I've never been somebody that wanted pity or said why me or poor me. I understand that this is a part of my life. It has been from the beginning, and I've accepted it as my life, and I accepted that a long time ago. And I don't blame anybody for it. Nobody was in control of this. And I just wanted to be clear with those of you that see my video, and just for those of you that don't know me or don't know me well, I just wanted to put myself out there and tell you who I am. As much as I can, at least in this video. Now, like I said, my name is Jerry Hall. I'm actually Jerry Hall II. My dad is Jerry Hall, and my brother is Jerry Hall Jr. My mom, Rose, my other brother, Steven, his wife, Renee, they're all just dear family and close to me. They've been my main supporters for the past 22 years. Even my sister-in-law, Renee, she's as much as family to me as any one of them. The love and compassion that they all show is just, I'm just so lucky, and I can't express that enough. And the same goes for my friends and the people I've met throughout the years. And no matter how bad or how sick I got, the connections it's helped me make has always been the best part of it. Now, down to the root of everything, I was born with cystic fibrosis. Back in 1996, when I was born, it wasn't that well known. It still isn't at this time, but we've come to understand it within the past 22 years a little bit more. At the time I was born, I was diagnosed about maybe 2 days into my life, and they told my parents that, with cystic fibrosis, it's lucky to see past the age of 10. And my parents did all they could to do their research, because they've never heard of it before. Many people don't know of it, even though it is one of the most common chronic illnesses for children. And I do really encourage you to look it up. You can go to cff.org. They have great studies and explanations on all of that. Way too much for me to get into in this video. And again, that's cff.org. Stands for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, and the link will be in my description of this video if you're watching this on YouTube, or I'll have a list of all the sites at the end of my video on a title card. And now I'm just doing this all on one take, I don't like scripting anything. I don't like things to sound fake, and even if it comes out unprofessional, I just want you to know that I'm coming from a place that is just out from within me, just straight and right to you, nothing that I've thought too hard into. And just to explain who I am a bit, and like I said, I was born with cystic fibrosis. I have liver disease. CF is lung disease, and also affects my pancreas, and can also cause diabetes down the line for me, which I do struggle with that once in a while. But for me, it's always been mostly my lungs. I've never let it stop me before, and I still don't let it stop me. I still do what I love for the most part. There has been some things I've had to put to the side just because I'm not medically able to. I used to be a dance instructor. I taught underprivileged kids and families how to do the southern style of clog dancing, and I did that for a non-profit organization for a while, and I cosplay. I want to do more charity events. The whole reason why I got into cosplay is growing up as a sick kid, I remember the people in costumes and everybody just coming up to the hospital, and it meant a lot, and I wanted to do that. However, I didn't start cosplaying until after things got a little more worse for wear for me, and I can't visit hospitals, not like I originally wanted to, and I want to do more charity work. I can't do hospitals, but I would love to do parties or events, and I hope to do that. I would love to now, or definitely if things work out and I get better. That's definitely something really high on my list that I want to start doing more. And I do a lot of digital editing. I always try to keep busy, and that always keep a good attitude. That's partially why I'm still here today, I believe. It's all in the attitude. Growing up, I struggled a lot being in and out of the hospital. I grew up in Central Florida. That's where I still live now. I fought pneumonia, my heart stopped a few times, I flatlined, I've had organs removed such as my gallbladder and my appendix. I've had a bleeding liver. I've had pulmonary failure. I've had pulmonary failure on multiple occasions, especially in this past year. And the reason why all of this has come up recently is, in 2015, I was so thankful and just so grateful that I got a second chance. Unfortunately, when I was 18, in 2015, my lungs finally did all they could and were in the final weeks of working and was just on the verge of shutting down, and as I said, I was just so grateful and thankful I got a second chance and got a double lung transplant. And of course, there's so many people I could thank for their support during that time, and just so many that I couldn't list them all in one video alone. It's the support I've gotten in the past has always been so overwhelming, even now. And I'm coming to you now because shortly after I got my lung transplant in 2015, I went through lung rejection, and I went through plasmapheresis, which is where they will take my plasma and replace it with donor plasma and synthetic plasma to try to push the rejection out. And unfortunately that didn't work. I went through 2 separate routines of that, and that's 10, I believe that was 10 sessions each, and I only had around 6 weeks, give or take, according to my doctor, to get my rejection stopped before the worst comes to worst. Now, when that didn't work, they put me through chemo through IV, and I did that for a while, and that still didn't work. And finally, the last resort was radiation, and I had a full lymphoid radiation. I did a few sessions of that, then had to stop due to my white blood cell count, and then I believe I did at least 2 more sessions, and luckily that finally put a halt to my rejection. And even though my rejection had stopped and stopped attacking my lungs, the damage was already done. So for the past 2.5, almost 3 years, I've had my shorter breath back, and it's been difficult. But, you know, I lived with it. It's, like I said, I accepted that this was a part of my life a long time ago, and I just roll with the punches. I just take each day by day, and I try to make the best of it, and that's all you can really do when you have a situation such as mine. And unfortunately, this past year, the rejection finally caught up to me, and I have had pulmonary failure on multiple occasions this past year of 2018. And in all honesty, of course I'm not going to stop fighting. I'm never going to stop fighting. But at the rate my lungs are going, I'm not sure if 2020 is in my future. And as hard as it is to say that, of course it's a possibility that I can, and I will keep telling myself I can. I'll continue to fight, and I have my support system, and I'm so thankful for everyone that has shown their support, and I can't thank them or express my gratitude enough towards everybody. And my hospital has deemed me too high of a risk for another transplant, and at this point it's the only way that I'm ever going to be able to keep moving on. And I'm just at a crossroads because the hospital I'm with now said that there's nothing more they can do for me. And it's a struggle when you're limited on time and you don't know how much time you have, and you have all these things that you need to do, all these insurances you have to compare and call, medications you have to keep up on, at the same time trying to find and plead with somebody why are you special enough for somebody to give you another chance at life, to, even if it's the slightest chance, whether or not you make it or not, to be judged by people and to be told that we could do another transplant, but we don't feel that the risk is worth your life. When either way, either a transplant will save me and put more years on me, or worst case scenario, the transplant doesn't take and I go either way. But if there's the slightest chance that a transplant could get me even 2 more years, 3 years, they don't know, why am I not worth that? And how can they decide what my life is worth? For 22 years, I've done nothing but try to help the people around me, and I never expected anything back. I don't expect anything back. And the only thing I could ever ask for is just a chance to keep living my life and to continue to be there for the people that I love and that love me and support me, so I can support them back. Because I'm not ready to go. I fought for 22 years for my life, and I'm not done fighting. And I'm still fighting even in this video. It's just a new terrain that I'm fighting on, because this goes outside of my comfort zone. This isn't just for me to find a hospital in Florida or near where I live. This is for anybody to give me a chance. I'll go anywhere. I just want to live. So, if you have any questions for me, I'll do a follow-up video, and I'll say around January 20th. January 20th, 2019, I'll do a follow-up video, and until then, please, if you have any questions to ask me, anything personal, if any questions at all, if you want to know something about me, about CF, please feel free to ask me. You can either comment down on this video, and on the original video on the YouTube page, or you can email me at jrhall96@yahoo.com and just put in the subject title, Lungs for Jerry. And again, thank you for listening to this video. I'm sorry if it ran longer than I expected. It's hard to it's hard to plead for your life to begin with. To put it in a video is a whole nother story, and I mean, what do you say when somebody is asking you, why out of everybody do you deserve to live? It's a hard question to answer. Again, thank you for watching the video, and thank you everyone for their support. Again, I'll take questions up to January 18th, if you want them answered in the video. If you don't want to be If you don't want your question in the video, it will be anonymous, but if you don't want your question in the video, just let me know and I'll answer privately. Again, my name is Jerry Hall. You can follow me on social media if you'd like. It's on Instagram, it's JR Hall, a forward. I'll have that on the title card as well. Again, thank you, and I can't express into words how much everybody that has supported me throughout my 22 years, and everyone I've come in contact with, I can't express how much they all mean to me. Thank you.